I've been coaching for about 3 years right now, and it's been an interesting journey so far. And in this video, I was like, you know what? Let me just share my experiences, my lessons, so whoever that's currently a coach or wants to be a coach, they can learn from my lessons, from my experiences, and they can apply it to their own journey. And how did I start? And basically, my journey started from working at a gym, in Gold's Gym, and that's basically how I started. I wanted to be a trainer for like a good couple of years when I was 18, but I didn't take action until I was 20. And I was like, you know what? Let me just get my certificate, start working at a gym. And I started, and it was more than what I thought. It's not what you think, because a lot of people think it's just, training programs, diet programs, maybe some accountability here and there. But it just became way more things, and I was like, wow, it requires a lot more skills than you think. And one of the things that I learned is that like sales, I want to say 95% of like freaking coaching is just sales. You gotta sell, like before even you do any coaching, you gotta sell your program, your package, your offer to the person, to the lead, right? That's part one. Two, you gotta sell your method of doing it. That's two ways of basically two parts of selling. And then you gotta constantly sell yourself, like who you are, your vision, your own development, your own history, your journey. So you can basically bring the other person to buy into your program, your goals, or basically your blueprint for them. And it's a lot of sales. And it's surprising because I didn't expect that. And it's like in the beginning I was struggling a lot because I didn't really think what it required. And this is something I think a lot of people don't really know, but I want them to really get into sales and study sales. Get some books, study sales, maybe do some cold calls here and there. Maybe even get into work at a gym so you actually get comfortable with sales. You have to sell the packages to the things, to the people. And it teaches you a lot of rejections, a lot of awkward moments, but you got to get through it. And I went through it, and that's something I learned, is that sales is absolutely crucial in that aspect. And another thing, if you're doing online coaching or if you want to do online coaching, marketing is absolutely crucial. Part of the other notes that I put was that after sales, it's marketing. You have to have discipline with how you treat your clients, with your content, with your business. You have to make content. You have to constantly post your results, your clients' results, how you do things, your lifestyle, your strong work ethic. All these things play a huge factor. There's micro skills that you need to master in order to become a coach outside of the diet, the training, and all those things, the recovery. Those things absolutely matter, but these type of things are going to take your work to the next level. And these are the skills basically I've been working on over the years, in these past 3 years since I became a coach. I was mostly doing in person in these 3 years, but this past year I've taken a leap. I was doing by myself. I didn't work for a gym. I quit. I was doing in-person training, and then now I'm doing online. And I feel like it depends with which type of person you are. Personally, I rather online because I prefer to do online coaching because I don't really like being in person. I'm a very introverted person, and I can be one-on-one. I can do in person. It's not a huge problem, but it's just I feel like I don't have that not necessarily charisma, but I don't have that energetical intensity to constantly hype people up. And I feel like the best coaches are the ones that are always hyping up. And I know there's coaches who are not necessarily doing that, but for me, I think that's the best way to go about it, because a lot of people are already kind of chill, lower energy, and when they come to your presence, they want to get that energy from you. And I feel like I'm a person to give you the information, to give you the guidance, and just because of your own desire, let you do it. And I'm of course going to push you, not that I'm going to just look at you, but it's I that's the way I like to do things. And I feel like a lot of coaches are kind of like that, but some of the coaches are also like to do in person and they don't want to do online, and that's a preference. But for me, I prefer online because of what I said. And another thing I learned is that with the clients, this is super, super important from my experience, is that it's not necessarily how many clients you have, but you need to choose the right clients. And what I mean by that, imagine you want to be with a girl, right? And she's been she has a body count of 100. She's been clubbing, just crazy stuff, right? You cannot expect her to be a housewife knowing that background. And listen, it may hurt, bother some people because I said this, but it is what it is. There are certain things, and These are some of the fundamental things that I'm telling you. You need to choose the right client, like you need to choose the right woman, etc. And all these things play a factor. And if you feel like a person, is like kind of interested, even he might even wants to buy, but he's just like, you're just gonna BS it. You're just not gonna be putting the effort, and no matter how much you tell him, he just doesn't put in the work. It's like you work with him, you can give them a chance, see if they want to, but I think at some point, if they don't want to apply, there is just no point. You cannot take a horse to the river and force it to drink water. I'm sure you've heard that quote. So as much as I want to say you help a lot of people, but sometimes some people are just going to be a waste of time. Like, it's just like they don't want to apply. They have an ego. It's like they think their way is the right way. And these past 3 years, I've met a lot of people like that, and it's just not good. Like, if whoever wants to be working with you, they better take your advice, because you are the coach. And if you just want to do your own thing, then why are you even working with me? And I want you to really think about that, to pick the right clients, the people who believe in you, believe in your process, and they apply what you say. Because some people, they come and they're like, oh, you know what, I'm struggling with this. And no, you follow what I say. You paid me, you follow what I say. And a lot of people, they don't choose the right clients because they make money, they get a sell. But it's just not the best way to go about it, because number one, you don't feel fulfilled, and the other person just doesn't do the work. So what's the point? And that's what I learned. It's like, I don't like those type of clients. I just don't enjoy it. I'd rather have less clients, but clients who actually want to put in the work. And I guarantee you, when you do that, it's just like you get better results. Your client gets better results, and it's just like no like weird feelings. It's like things just go smoothly because the client wants to make improvements, wants to actually change themselves, and that's what I understood. And it's like basically with the examples that I said, with the horse example, that you cannot force them to drink water. It's just that logic needs to be applied, and you can give them the info, but it's like if they don't want to apply, there's nothing you can do. That's one thing I learned, is that like choose the right clients. And if just because you have more clients, like it just doesn't mean they're better clients. It's just like you have to focus on the right people, because people are everything. You want to have the right people to work with you so they can make the best results. And that's what I preach from my experience to the people who want to do coaching, and that's what I like to do. Another thing I learned is that the difference between in-person and online, I kind of touched upon it like a bit late before this, but I personally like online, and I feel like in-person requires a certain type of personalities, to be honest. Just like I said, like you need to be high energy, you need to be that you need to be constantly on top of your people, like to kind of like give them that energy, give them that X factor to like push. And for me, I'm like more of like, just chill guy, like I like to give like, just be, the information, give you the blueprint, the guidance, and you just apply. That's the type of things. And I feel like when people are more interested to work with you, that system works better. I don't like the hyper energy and stuff. Like some people do it and it works. Like it's just not for me. And you gotta see what works for you, what type of person you're. Are you one of those people who needs like in-person training and like they want to be constantly like be high energy and stuff? Or you want to be online? It's like you can be still high energy, but you don't have to exert that amount of energy. And I feel like my social battery drains quite fast. So I like to do the online ones because it's just way easier. I can do like a quick 30-minute call, get everything across, and then I can move from there, And yeah, that's what I mean. Like you need to have the right characteristics depending on the type of coaching you want to do. But I personally prefer online, and it's just something works with my personality type, but it depends on you. Another thing I learned is that whenever you work for a gym, is that you learn a lot of those skills that I said, like the marketing, the sales, the persuasion, the one that you have to how to handle clients, how to work with them, how to keep them accountable. All of those things you learn. But something that I know for a fact is that it's really, really hard to grow your income from there, because they take a huge portion of your cut from your income, from what you sell, and you don't really necessarily make a lot of money. But it's a good learning experience, and you cannot expect to make a lot of money if you don't learn, if you don't master your skills. So it's a good place to hone your skill, to learn the skills, to master the art, and then move forward and do the coaching for yourself. And something that I'm doing right now. So when you move to your own coaching business and you want to maximize the profits, you want to like grow your business and stuff, it's like fitness coaching is just like, it's not just diet and training. That's just not it. It's way more. As I said, it's sales, marketing, discipline, content creation, strong work ethic, client, client relations, service delivery, your software that you're going to do coaching with. It's just a lot of details. Your resources, your coaching calls. It's just a lot of details that you got to learn. And this process helps you to go through that, like, working at a gym. Then when you go to your own coaching business, then it's much more smooth, And you gotta love educating people. Like I put in my notes, is like you gotta love educating people and help them to be their best. And it's kind of like a passion thing. It's like I love seeing people grow. I love seeing people push through their boundaries, their limitations, and really make progress. They're like, wow, I didn't know I could do this. And it's like, I just love that. I know like when someone is fulfilling their potential, that's just my favorite thing. And I'm directly influencing people's lives. So it's just like a very, very purposeful thing to do. And I need to be on my A game to actually work on myself too, because basically when I'm coaching, it's like I need to be on my, best shape. I need to constantly get better, read more books, educate my mind, improve my physique, meet more people, network better, so I can better build like a better circle. It's like a lot of things play a huge part, and it's like I gotta be constantly on my own self-development journey to be able to help people with their own self-development, and that's just what it is. And I feel like if you want to be a top-tier coach, you gotta do that. And then I said last one, which is like the last part I said, is that last one is like, as a coach, you must always keep developing and improving. The better you get, the more money you will make, right? And it's just a simple fact. Because you're coaching, the better coach of you are, like when you know more, when you experience more, when you've gone through more trials and tribulations, it's just easier for you to, give that knowledge to your clients. It's just like that. So I urge you to go through the trials and tribulations, really test things on yourself, like your new training, new workouts, new diets, new habits. Like you gotta work on all these things, constantly test yourself, and you give the value to the people. Constantly give value in your content. If you're making, content, give value. Like I always share like what helped my testosterone, what helped my diet, my daily walks, what I eat, like all these things I document, the things that I consume mentally, my books. The quotes that I like, all these things I share constantly, the creators that I watch, I always share this type of things. So like I basically constantly give value. So like people like see like you're always on your A game, and they get inspired, and they, whenever they see your thing, some of them are gonna reach out to you. They're like, oh, like how do you do this? I wanna learn from you. They pay you. And social media helps you a lot, like to kind of demonstrate all your progress and all your journey. And this is what I learned, like it's been 3 years I've been doing coaching, and I'm not planning to stop. And this year is going to be the year that I'm going to take things to the next level. I want to hit my first five-figure month this year, and I'm aiming for that, which is more than $10,000 a month. I'm aiming for that, and I'm going to get there. By the end of the year, I'm going to get there, and this video is also to keep myself accountable. I appreciate you for watching the video. I hope you took notes. You better apply, and I want to see you be one of the best coaches out there. Bye-bye.